Hello and welcome to this episode of the Redshift series. I'm on my own today and I'm going to be showing you guys all the stuff that we've done in the realm recently, and then once I've done that I'll show you how we get our streamlined process of obtaining another set of full maxed out netherite armor with a special armor trim combination as well. So without further ado, this is the first thing that's changed. So this flyby station has been here for a while, but we did a little upgrade recently. So you can see we've got this nicely new seating area up here, and on all the way down here we've got a lot more plants. We've got bubble elevators, so now all glass, and we've got a waiting area with seats like this, and we've got these little trees as well. Of course, here with the boats we've got signs saying to the north and of course to the south and the places where they are, so you can go that way or that way. And if we go back up to the top, you might have noticed on the wall on the side here we can see that it says what speed they're going. So boats going to the north have a speed of 150 miles per hour plus, and to the south they're even faster because they've come from a longer way, because that's about 700 blocks to the nearest station. This is, I think, around 400 or 500 blocks, so it is a little bit further in that direction. Anyway, so luckily it's raining, so we can just head straight up to the skyway. Yeah, kind of misjudged that a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the raid farm and the improvements that we've made there. So feel free to look at the map in the top right hand corner to see where we are on the skyway network. And for new viewers, this is a 10,000 plus block full network of places on our world, because this is a fully elytraless realm. And the other thing you might want to know if you're a new viewer is why we're doing this series. So this is sort of meant to be an opposition to the really hyper edited content that you see on Minecraft these days, and this is mostly uncut footage of us making progress on this realm, and you guys can see the progress that we're making. We have all sorts of places around this realm, all these skyways, we have lots of builds, and it's a really fun place where we just release calm episodes. So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of the Redshift realm. Anyway, this skyway here is actually called the Cloudway, if you haven't seen this one before, because it's at a Y level of 140 rather than the usual 100, because you can see down below the terrain is a lot higher, and I don't feel like tunnelling all the way through these mountains, so we had to make an edit. So you can see how tall the structure is right here. So this is the raid farm, and this is the inner workings of the farm, and we did show this in a previous episode, so obviously I'm not going to go into much detail on how this works, but basically I made a personal edit to this to make it work in 1.21. Now the ominous bottles are a thing. So over here you've got these bubble elevators that go up and this one that goes down. So we go down first. This is a really short bubble elevator here, but you just get to this railway line, and this railway line just goes all the way down to the village. We may construct something there in the future, but it is interestingly where we did the map art as well. You can't see it at the moment, although you may be able to. Oh, there's creepers. If I just head a little bit down, it is thundering like nobody's business down here. But you can see we got the whole Skyway network map over here. Hope I don't pop a totem. But yeah, anyway, that's the Skyway map, and then we got the village, and you can see the railway line lit up there as it just goes up the mountain to here. Anyway, we just thought about making a station so you could easily access that, and you can see it's a very, very small Y level gain on this bubble elevator. It's very short. Anyway, through here we've got this bubble elevator. It's a bit of a bigger Y gain, and we head all the way up here. Phantom is trying to follow me. We see the AFK spot, the storage, and even higher up there. So we first go to the AFK spot over here. Obviously everything has to be spawn proofed in this raid farm. So this is why we've got these lanterns underneath the leaves here, which is quite essential. My game's lagging a little bit, mainly because we've got AOC XE2 on AFK in the gold farm with a looting 3 sword. So yeah, this is just my little spot here where you can set this. We've got ominous bottles that dispense. You use macro clicker to drink them. I showed that in a previous episode anyway. It's quite useful. And down here you've got the storage. So I made a little upgrade to this recently, just putting an auto crafter for the emerald blocks, because that's like the main thing we want from this place. Obviously we've got other stuff as well. Gunpowder comes in, redstone, glowstone. Redstone's a little worrying. I don't know, didn't expect there to be so much. Actually, it's not too bad. So down here we've got emerald blocks, and through here as well we've got them, but it's all cleared out because Chris AFK'd this one not last night but the night before, and we've got about 2 rows of emerald blocks, so it looks like a shulker box per 24-hour AFK session, which is not too bad. But anyway, up here you've got the viewing platform, so this is getting some really high heights. So for a little bit of reference, the highest point of Sky City, Pinnacle Mansion, is at 199, so this is extending quite a bit above that. So you can see up here, it's terrible weather, so you can't really see too much. But you can see the raids happening, if there was a raid happening, which there isn't. And of course, you can also go even higher to a whopping Y level of 240, way up here, and it's fully snowed. But yeah, you can see we're pretty high, and so we're so high above there, and that's also quite high up because they're mountains. So yeah, it's really high up here. But I think this whole area has had a big improvement, because it just used to be literally a bubble column. You'd have to trident around and hope that you wouldn't die or crash into something. This is much nicer now, much more easily accessible, which is always a good thing. And of course, this area is private with no unauthorised access. The real inner workings of the farm over there is not to be tampered with. But yeah, so we're going to head back here, and I think the next thing that I'm going to go to is the Great Plains. So you may notice at this point that there has been a lot of progress on the farm without a video, and that's kind of my mistake. I've been focused on building a lot of farms over the last couple of weeks, and I didn't actually get an episode out because there's been quite a few things on as well other than this realm. But there has been quite a bit of progress, and if you're wondering why I'm not sleeping because this weather's so awful, it's because of number 2 AFKing. I can't sleep because he can't sleep, because if he put a bed down it would muck up the iron farm that he's next to. So yeah, but anyway, we're going to head out further to the east in the Orient direction, following the path of where the Great Orient Road will eventually be in the future, although that's obviously going to be a large project. The Skyways sometimes struggles to load in because we've got raining, we've got number 2 AFKing, shocking amount of things at Farming Island right now. It's something like iron farm, gold farm, bamboo, sugarcane, melons, pumpkins, chickens, wool farm. I don't know why I was going there. Yeah, there's a lot that he's AFKing, so there's a lot of lag on the realm. But yeah, you'll begin to see some stuff going on over here. It's not going to improve the lag on this realm. So if I just head through here, you can see the bamboo farm over there from a previous episode. This is the intriguing farms that we've built over here. So I may stop this gold farm because it's going to be causing a little bit of lag and issues potentially. So we've just got this little lever here that should lock the portal. So the first things I made with these things is 3 identical bone meal farms right here. So these things all just produce a lot of bone meal for the tree farm we have there that needs to be fixed. So this one just collects like some of the bone blocks, but they've all got like farm split. So I'll just zoom in on the side and you can see 5/8. Excuse me. 5/8 goes. Hold on, I'll just get him. 5/8 goes back to the farm. Because hold on, I'll just turn down the volume here in case it is too loud. It is pretty loud in my ears right now. So you can see that 5/8 goes back to the farm for it to function. 2/8 comes out as bone meal and 1/8 of moss, although it's actually not 1/8 of moss because this is full. And these ones don't forget about the moss and they just do 3/8 of bone meal. And that is the same with that farm over there. And then all the bone meal, after it's been composted here, goes into this dropper. So you might see in a second, bone meal comes out, goes from an underground stream all the way over to this little storage system, then gets auto-crafted and turned into bone blocks. And if you're wondering why we have quite so many of these, plus the additional 4 or 5 shulkers we have back at the base of bone blocks, it's because number 2, this legend, managed to AFK for a rather lengthy amount of time. And when I say rather lengthy, I mean about a week. So we've got a lot. Hopefully we're not going to run out because this tree farm requires a lot of bone meal. But then I was sort of in the mood for creating some farms, so I decided to make another couple of farms over here. So this one was our stone farm. So you've got the stone obtainer, and this one you work like that. You've got a haste beacon, you mine, it all goes into the hoppers, as you can see there. It's very rapid, it's like the fastest because you've got 2 streams of stone coming down there. Obviously it's not TNT because we're on bedrock, Then it all comes up and sorts out there, which I'll show you in a second. Oh. However, there is an issue with doing this. There's an issue with standing here and mining, which is that your pickaxe will die. And if you're going to AFK this overnight or something, you don't want to lose such a good pickaxe. And you don't even want to use this pickaxe, because this machine can get 300,000 stone or cobblestone overnight, and a pickaxe can only last a whopping, I think it's 6,000 blocks for a diamond pickaxe and 8,000 blocks for a netherite pickaxe. So you can see that you're losing a lot of potential results from the farm if that happens, and therefore we need a way of getting XP. And you could probably build a simpler XP farm than this, but I built this gold farm before and it's quite effective at getting XP, and you know, we get a little bit of gold as well, although not too much because it's only a single portal design and there's no looting 3 sword being used. You get about, this was a whole week of AFKing worth of gold. In like about 24 hours you get like a double chest of gold from the other one. So you can see that it's a lot more rapid. But you just come here, you can sit in the corner. My level's pretty high, so it probably won't go up, but at least the pickaxe, actually it won't, because someone else's trident was thrown in there, so I won't get the XP. That's a bit worrying. Let me deal with this. And you. But anyway, yeah, it's a decent amount of gold. I don't know if anyone came in there. And it's using my little auto crafting setup. So essentially, the gold ingots, the gold nuggets come through the first auto crafter and get crafted into gold ingots. The gold ingots pass the first auto crafter and go straight into this chest. And then they all get crafted into gold blocks, which you might see in a second if there's actually anything coming down here. Anything close to being crafted. There you go, it should come out and it comes up there. It will head slowly up the water stream and then go in there, which we won't wait for it to do that because it's a bit boring. But anyway, I'll turn off this farm. That locks the whole portal up there. I could have used a simpler method of doing this, but it's quite easy to do that. And yeah, that's how this farm works. It's a little complex, like the whole design of this thing, but it was just a little tutorial that makes it work, so it's pretty good. And the storage system is quite full. It completely filled up overnight, and I brought back about over a double chest of shulkers of these blocks, but they're both pretty jam-packed. This one's a little bit more empty over here because I emptied a lot, but they're still quite full, and I think I only removed about a third of the storage when I actually emptied it, so it gets a ridiculous amount. That was just from one AFK overnight. The first time we tried to AFK it, there was a minor issue, or actually more of a major issue. We didn't have this beacon here. This, I believe, is our regeneration beacon. We didn't have that, so Chris was mining overnight with his fully maxed out netherite gear and everything else in his inventory, and he died of starvation because he was mining, and all his gear sat right here and slowly despawned because AOCXE2 was AFKing over here in this box, so it was loaded. So yeah, it was a little bit of an issue, and it was a bit of an unfortunate thing. We had to get his stuff back prompto because it was not great. But anyway, that's enough about this stone farm. It's very good when it works. And here we have the flower farm. So this thing's quite interesting. It works in a little bit of a more sketchy way, but it has allowed us to get about 2 rows of all of these types of small flowers. So the first thing is to put bone meal in that chest. So we can easily go and grab some bone meal from, I don't actually know if we have any close by. I might just have to head over here. So if I just grab a stack of bone blocks, we can get 9 stacks of bone meal. And we can head all the way back over to the flower farm and tactically put them in this chest right up here. They'll all start to funnel through. I think shouldn't be too much left in here. Now what we do, we can change what flower it is by just changing that, but we'll just leave this one in there for now because it's quite a nice flower. So what you need to do is you read this sign. So what you do is you turn it on, wait 2 seconds, and then do that. And then it works, which is a really weird method that it works by. But what you'll see is if you just leave it a while, then when you're done, you can just turn the farm off. And then I usually just like make sure all the water goes. You can just do that, set the water a few more times, and then eventually the water will stop, and all the flowers will have gone into these chests, and will quickly... Well, it doesn't seem like they've been flowed into the chests very well. Give it one more try. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's a little bit of a pain, this farm, to actually use. But yeah, no, you do that and then they all flow in. And then you can turn it off like that. Yeah, that's how you do it. It's a little bit complex. It requires a lot of lever flicking. But you can see it all comes through quite quickly, which is quite nice. And you get a lot of flowers, and they're all back at the base now. But anyway, that's all that's over at the Great Plains. Obviously, quite big improvements over here, and we've got quite a few farms at the minute. AFK for a long time. We've got a lot of gold, a lot of bones, a lot of flowers, and of course a lot of stone. So that's all pretty good. But now what we're going to do, we're going to head back to the villagers. So, was that an endermite? Really? Okay, it died. We're going to head back to the villagers. So there's been quite a lot of improvements with with the villagers as well. So I personally have been making a lot of changes over there because of it all stemmed from the fact that I wanted another couple of sets of netherite gear, and it was kind of started by when Chris died at the stone farm, and I think Chris made a new set, and obviously I realised that if I died I wanted a couple more spare sets, because currently I only have one spare set. Or well, I did have only one spare set. And also, while we're here actually passing Canal Village, I'll leave my vehicle of transportation up here on the skyway. I'll show you guys, apart from this section right here, the entire village has been completed. So we've got signs up everywhere here. So you've got dockside sector. I can't remember what point I got up to, but I don't think some of these houses were shown in the last video. I think I'd just finished maybe some of these ones, but you can see it's much more decorated. We've got the real estate lodge here, which has got this upstairs as a youth hostel. And we've got the hillside homes, which I'm pretty sure I did not show in the last video. We've got opulent overhang. These ones are really nice. And then you've got a small one there, and up here we've got hilltop home. Lovely views out here. And at the top, I mean, look at these bedrooms. You've got not only one, but you've got two bedrooms. One of these with twin beds like this. And not only that, you've got a big seating area here, and you've got a secret downstairs portion with a huge window, loads of floor space. I mean, look at this view. This is a little secret underground sector with floor-to-ceiling windows. So this is all very lovely. Canal Village really came together in the last couple of days we were working on it. Just sort of the added decorations. You got like the park here. This house isn't quite finished yet, but you can come down here. You got this whole parkland. It's looking really nice, and we're going to obviously remove these mass amount of shulkers that are just sitting here, and build bridges over here. Great Orient Road is set to continue. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show at the village. Canal Village has been massively improved. It is massively completed, and it's just looking really nice. All the houses have names and prices as well now, which is obviously a bonus. Right, so moving on from Canal Village, the next stop we come to is actually a new skyway on the realm. Oh well, really a tributary, not a skyway, but it's very short, and it takes you to the villager castle, which is still not looking excellent, but it's massively enlarged since last time. So you've got the villagers here. Obviously you guys have already seen, if you've watched the series previously, the villager breeder. There's a scary amount of villagers right there that I might stop from coming into the main area because it's already a little crowded in here. And we've got two new sectors on this side. So we've got armour, tools and weapons over here. So, you know, we can buy chest plate. I don't know why the chest plate has gone so ridiculously expensive. I think they just haven't restocked, which is why their prices have jumped so much. Because when they were zombified, they were much lower prices than this. So I'm not quite sure what's happened with these, but hopefully their prices will reduce in the future. And through here, we have got all of the enchanted books. So, oh, this is really annoying, this noise. So we've got Sharpness 5, Unbreaking 3, Silk Touch. This guy's incredible. We've got Respiration 3, Depth Strider 3, and Aqua Affinity all on the same guy, which is quite impressive. Efficiency 4, Thorns 3, Channeling. I mean, you can see for yourselves. We've got a lot of books, and of course a little mending guy in the corner over here for a cheeky 3 emeralds. We brought a lot of emeralds over just from the raid farm here. We've got the zombification kit, and we've just got a lot of random books that I had to buy to level these guys up and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a really efficient method now that we've got these guys of just getting a lot of gear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'm actually going to come back here to get a new set of fully maxed out netherite armor, so you can see just how powerful we're becoming on this realm as the days go by. Because this, sorry, I'm going the wrong way here, aren't I? Because this this last couple of weeks, we haven't done too much building apart from the finishing of Canal Village. We've improved a lot of farms, we've built a lot of farms, and we've built some armor sets and stuff like that, which has just made us ever more powerful, which is quite nice. And I also figured out a new method of getting to Farming Island, which is a lot quicker than going down the Skyway hub. You just park yourselves up. That's a lovely park up right next to here. Walk out, and you can drop right down there, which is really nice, much quicker. Anyway, so through here you can see the new system we've put in. So you get a lot of levels if you go in there, which I'm not going to do because it's a bit of a waste on such a high level. So you see the new system we've got in here, where this is, because it couldn't quite handle a looting 3, we've got it so it's 2 things now, so 2 hopper streams coming off. This one doesn't bother collecting rotten flesh, and everything, it's basically the exact same as the farm over at the Great Plains, really. All the ingots pass, and they all go through the same crafter and meet the others all the way down at the bottom of the long hole, which I won't go down there because I don't want to collect all the levels, and you do if you go down there. So essentially that's it at Farming Island, really. Big improvement, but number 2 has just been AFKing here for a long time, and you'll see the stocks if I head back to the base. We have got a large amount now of this of that stuff, the gold, iron, all those things from Farming Island. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll show you quickly the gold stocks that we had down here. So that's in this chest. We got, look at the 6 shulker boxes. We used to only have 2, now we have 6. The emerald stocks are looking quite large as well, although a lot of that is over at the villagers. But yeah, no, it's looking really good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you up to the newfound armory at the base. So if you just give me a sec, I'm going to head up this bubble elevator to my bedroom. Now we're up here in my lovely bedroom with the new Skyway map with the villagers symbol right there. That's the addition to it, with my excellent views out across the Bay Area. We're going to head through to my little not so secret room because I show it in videos and Chris knows about it. So anyway, which also has my private entrance to, of course, the warp speed tunnel that goes to Sky City. Anyway, this through here, my little template collection and the armory. So if we head in, we can see, look at this, we've got all sorts of armor right through here. So I've currently got 4 sets right here of maxed out armor. So all of these, we've got battle armor right here, which is actually chainmail. This one is Orient Destroyer, which is silence redstone trim, and we've got Desert Overlord, which is quite cool. Obviously all of these are maxed out. And of course we have Castle Forged Steel, which is a little Game of Thrones reference right there. They tend to say that a lot. Castle Forged Steel, it looks quite cool with the iron on there. And through here we've got a lot more armor, which is it does look really cool. We've got a lot of tools as well, so you see here that they've all got their tools at the top. And we've got, yeah, this is the whole armory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the villagers right now, and I'm actually going to cook up a new set of armor. So actually what I'll do is I will stand here, and when I've got the new set of armor, I will cut back, and you can see what it looks like. And what that process involves is, it means I'm going to have to get some netherite. Sorry, I need to go back up, I fell off. I'm going to need to get some netherite. I'm going to need to trade for enchanted books. I'm going to need to trade for armor. I'm going to need to get a lot of levels from the gold farm. But at the end of the day, we're going to get a new set This is the new set of armor that I've created. You can see a lot of my levels have gone to this, and that was with using the gold farm as well. This set is really cool. We've got the little Vex armor trim. It's not very good on the back. It's actually pretty terrible on the back, but it's cool on the front. And this is called the Karth Warlock set, because little Game of Thrones reference again in Karth. Obviously the Warlocks do wear purple, and this was the most Warlocky type armor trim I could find. And I tried to name it a Shy Warlock, because of course the Karth Warlocks are from a Shy, and a Shy sounds really cool, but because of the words included in a Shy, it wouldn't let me, and it hashtagged it out, which was really annoying. But I'll put my main armor again, because this is going into the armory right in the corner. So yeah, that will conclude today's episode. We've got lots of armor here, we've got lots more in there. It's all going pretty well in the world. We're making a lot of progress. Chris should be releasing an episode on the Greek island pretty shortly. Might even come out before this episode that I've finished recording now. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below any other ideas you might have, and if you want to be helpful, like the video. Adios.